Welcome back to What Do You Use For? This is our little series where we show what our family uses to homeschool our kids for different subjects, different topics, different kind of tricks, study skills, that sort of thing. There's a playlist link below and probably in the cards here. So check that out if you're looking for something specific. But welcome back. My name is Melissa. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4 and online teacher, work from home mom. And I am really excited that you're here today. Today, we're going to chat about third grade. Third grade is an awesome one where kids are going from learning to read a lot of times to reading to learn, thinking about the different ways that they can use this newfound skill to explore the world. So as I use the term third grade, I'm reminded that it is subjective. All right. So this could be anywhere from maybe a 7-year-old to maybe a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old. So you're going to have lots of different places where your kiddos might say, okay, great, we're fitting really well in third grade, but please, please, please keep in mind that you are the one who knows your child best. You're the one who's going to be able to determine whether some of these things are appropriate for them or not. But as always, you're going to want to ease into that school year, maybe add one subject every day, that sort of thing, as you kind of move through your first week of school. But this is one of those years that you're going to see really big growth. I'm excited for your kiddo. I don't even know your kids, but I'm excited for them because as they begin to put this skill of reading to use, they're going to explore a lot of new topics. And I'm excited to share how our kiddos have done that. So let's get started. All right, well, our day starts with oatmeal. I make it the night before. Here's the recipe. I've shared it in all the other videos, but there you go. It's easy to put in the fridge. Our kids know that they wake up while I am still teaching upstairs. They are able to get their breakfast started downstairs. They pop it in the microwave a few seconds, and then they sit down with their dear math books. We use Horizons from Alpha and Omega Publishers. We've used it for, nearly 8 years now, and it's worked really well for our family. So relatively affordable. I think right now they're around $50 for a whole year of math curriculum, 2 books for $50. And it's great. They're workbook style and they kind of spiral. So we like that there's an opportunity to discuss what's happening on the page. It's not just getting it done, checking those boxes. So they touch on a topic at a basic level, move on to something else, and they come back to that topic at a more complex level later on. Just letting them show mastery at certain steps along the process to mastering a whole skill. So that's math. By the time they finish math, usually I am done with my work and I'm coming downstairs and I will begin to cycle through what we have as language arts, which is the good and the beautiful. Now, as we have 4 kids, I'm kind of hopping from kid to kid. So some of them might start on their own. Some of them might need a little bit more help. But we use the good and the beautiful for third grade as well. This is a great curriculum that has geography. It's got spelling, it's got grammar, writing, what else? Art's in there. And I do believe third grade is when they're starting to do a few more of those art projects, which is kind of fun for them. So thinking about that, keeping that in mind, that's something that we buy once for our family and then reuse for each kid. I simply make copies of the pages that they need to write on. So if you're trying to save money, that's another option too. Also, while I'm kind of hopping from kid to kid, we do piano. So our kids have really enjoyed Hoffman Academy, free YouTube channel. They also have a premium version, which has like some really fun games and music theory workbooks, sight reading workbooks, that sort of thing. So we did that for a year. We are not doing it currently because our kids have enjoyed using just the YouTube videos, but I will still print out the workbooks as they go from level to level. So a good option there. They also do ukulele using YouTube videos just to learn songs, popular songs, hymns, songs that they just want to learn. They can do that on ukulele on YouTube, and it's really fun, easy, and free. They are also working through writing at this age. Our family is bilingual, so my kids are already speaking English and Spanish, but we want them to be able to write it as well. So they know that as a third grader, they need to write 3 sentences in English and then translate that to Spanish. This is just a really non-threatening, easy, quick way to show them some of those differences between English and Spanish grammar, check for writing accuracy. We're looking at spelling and capitalization and punctuation. This is a fantastic time to introduce something like this warm-up journal that I actually have linked down below. Very affordable and just one of those things that's easy for you to print and have the kiddo keep in their basket or wherever their school stuff lives, but have them start to get writing creatively. So that's something that we do each day. Third grade is a great time to introduce kind of daily Bible reading as well. They can probably work through a chapter or a verse of the Bible each day and journal if that's something that you would like to do. So our kiddos, our third graders have done this. They'll write down the verse that they read, maybe a question that they have for God, a truth that they're taking away, and prayer requests that they have for family, friends, whoever they're thinking about in the world. So something to think about at this point. They are working their way through the morning to some reading time. So they know that they have 30 minutes of reading. Now, third grade is an interesting one. Depending on where your third grader is at in their reading journey, they might be ready for book studies, or they might be just reading silently for a few minutes, 30, 20 minutes, something like that. Third graders are at a really cool turning point where they're going to start to take what they've learned and be able to talk about it, discuss it, write about it. So here are some books that our third graders have loved. Bridge to Terabithia, Because of Winn-Dixie, The Mixed Up Files of Mrs. Basil E. Frankweiler, Holes. Magic Treehouse books are kind of on the low end, but definitely still fun. That's all. But if I think of more, I'll link them in the description. So a very fun set of books. If you're looking for more suggestions, the Newbery Honor List is a fantastic place to look. These are award-winning books, so you know that they're high-quality literature. And I love looking at the different areas of life and around the world that these books take place in. So definitely something to keep in mind if you're looking for good third grade books and book studies. They also use Epic. Our family has created an account, a school on Epic to be able to use it during the day. So from the school hours, let's see, I think it's 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern is Epic's calendar. So we are able to read during that time. There's books, audiobooks, and videos on there. Our kids also use Libby, which is an app that connects to your public library card, books, audiobooks as well on there. If your third grader is seeking out a little bit more support as they're reading, something fantastic to do is give them the audiobook to put in their ears while they're holding the physical book in front of them. A really good option, especially if they're still kind of putting together the phonics rules that might make reading out loud frustrating. Having them piped into their ears while looking at the page is really, really, really important. And just for funsies, listening to audiobooks does count as reading. Don't deny them that. That's a fantastic way. They're learning inflection. They're learning different voices, pauses in their reading out loud, and that's what they're going to get through the audiobook. So fantastic one. I'll get off my soapbox, but very important. Now, play. Your kiddo is still at an age where they're going to need to get outside and play. Give them the chance to choose when they might need to take a break. Whenever possible, choice is fantastic here. Our third grader really loves to put up our hammock. We've got a little hammock that can be put up and taken down. So they'll take out like a blanket with their book and sit down and read, maybe do their writing in the hammock, go to another table in the house, curl up in the corner, make a pillow fort, whatever. I'm down with that. You take that and do what you will with it. But the idea here is that they're excited to go do their work. And I want to give them as much choice as possible when possible. All right, after that, we've got lunch. We often read these Louis Giglio devotionals. They are based on different scientific topics. So we'll look at different parts of anatomy or different weather patterns or different animal facts. And a lot of times these will spark questions. I wonder, hey, why does this happen? Hey, can we learn more about that place? Hey, what's this holiday? That sort of thing. I will often then assign them a Nearpod or vocabulary lesson to work through that topic. If I'm not able to give them more information on it myself, then they'll sit down and do that. Now, each kid has a Google Doc where their links live, their writing homework, but also their links. And so we'll keep that in our Google Chrome bookmark bar. Makes it easy and quick for them to get what they need. So they're not spending too much time on the computer. On your pod, there are pre-made lessons and it's free. So this is like the best kept secret for homeschool families that I feel like more people should be using. But I love that I can just quickly grab a topic and have them work through it on their own and just discover some interesting facts about it. After lunch, they will help clean up. Now, remember, your kiddos should be helping contribute to the family economy by now. And so they are thinking about putting their dishes away in the dishwasher or sweeping, taking a turn sweeping after lunch, or maybe taking that laundry pile and separating it by person, that sort of thing. So there are lots of ways that kiddos can contribute with chores. And I would encourage you to think about when might be a good time for them to do that. In the afternoons, our kids are working on French. They have a French teacher twice a week. We have a 30-minute French class. 3 of our kids are currently taking French, so we have 30 minutes for each of them, an hour and a half with a tutor on Preply. I'll leave a link below for 70% off, which is pretty awesome, on Preply. And this is just a marketplace with tutors of different languages, so we love that we can hop in there. We've had a few different awesome tutors on there over the years, but I think we're on year 4 now, which is kind of fun. So they're doing great, 30 minutes on Preply. And then we usually have karate. We head out to our sport. This might change eventually, but at the moment it's karate. And so that's Monday to Friday, usually, sometimes 3 days, sometimes 5 days a week, but that's the idea. After karate, they come home, have dinner, again, a little cleanup, and then they're doing round 2 of music, so ukulele or guitar for one of our kiddos, and piano. They are then reading the Bible, usually in Spanish. They read a proverb a day, as well as the chapter that our older kids are reading through. But in 3rd grade, usually it's just a proverb a day. If you're not familiar, the book of Proverbs in the Bible has 31 chapters. Convenient, right? 31 days in a month. Sometimes. And so they'll just choose, if today is the 24th, they'll read Proverbs 24. And a lot of times that's in Spanish. And then we'll come together, we'll pray as a family, and then head to bed. So that's our day. That's our 3rd graders' day. I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know what you include in your 3rd graders' day. I always love picking up what other people do. And if you have any questions, leave them below too. And if nobody's told you yet today, thank you. Thank you for doing what you're doing. It's really important. Happy teaching.